16th, and I do detect a quorum. We got a relatively short. Nashville Library says that it's their grant season, so we have RS 2023-2177, and I think we're going to also take 2178 along with it, because they are both appropriating funds $51,437.95 to increase the individual grant amounts from the Nashville Public Library to various nonprofit organizations for the provision of educational, career, and cultural field trips and enrichment opportunities through the library's Nashville After Zone Alliance Out-of-School Timing Coordinating System. And it's an appropriation of $40,247 from the library to various nonprofits for the provision of educational, career, and cultural field trip and enrichment opportunities for the month of June 2023 through the library's Nashville After Zone Alliance Out-of-School Time Coordinating System. I have a motion.
Motion.
Second.
Thank you. It's been properly moved and seconded. Do you want to just give us an update of what it is that you have?
Yes, thank you. So as part of the regular funding of after-school and summer programs, we have had some money left, unclaimed funds for summer, so we wanted to do a supplemental small grant program to expand access to summer enrichments. These are small grants, up to $5,000, and 12 of the contracts. The reason why there are two separate documents is one for existing partners, so we're amending 12 contracts to add up to $5,000 each, and then we have 10 new contracts who we are going to award to let them expand the reach. And this is a combination of field trips and enrichment, either bring enrichments to your programs or take kids to see mostly cultural and educational and career exploration. Field trips age group is 5th through 8th grade mostly.
Thank you so much. Any questions, comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? There being none, it's approved. Vote 2177, 2178. Oh, she's also, tell her to come back. Because we have the 3 and 4, I guess we should have gone ahead and carried them all through. They're not NASA.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay. They're
not.
not for NASA, but they are still related to the Nashville Public Library.
Oh, well,
Okay.
I don't know if I can represent that, but
Yeah,
I'll
and
stay
she's
here. Thank you.
just working with
Okay.
NASA.
Okay. That's okay.
That's okay.
But we have RS 2023-2179, which approves an Amendment 1 to a grant from the Tennessee State Library and Archives to the Nashville Public Library to target library materials to persons having difficulty using a library, provide special services to children and young people, and promote general educational support program services.
Motion.
Second.
Thank you. It's been properly moved and seconded. Doesn't it speak for itself?
It does.
Does anyone have any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
No opposes? Thank you. Also, RS 2023-2180 approves Amendment 1 to a grant from the Nashville Public Library Foundation to the Nashville Public Library to fund education and literacy programs to provide literacy initiatives that emphasize the importance of developing literacy skills by educating teachers, children, and parents. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Thank you. Any questions?
I was going to ask, and I know you do not represent the
I may,
libraries.
but go ahead.
You just represent NASA. And sir, who are you here representing?
You know, he's with the new finance guy.
Okay, got it. Good to know. I think my question was going to be just about the Nashville Public Library Foundation, who we appreciate very much, but how much over the year that they contribute to the budget of the library and supported programs. So that might just be a question for
Well-
staff or in the
I
future.
was gonna say, I don't know that number, but we can research that number.
So it's roughly like 10%, 9 to 10% of the library's budget.
Okay, the
I
Nashville.
don't know the actual number, but
Okay.
that's the percentage.
Okay, I appreciate that. Thank you. That's very helpful. And then, yeah, Hannah, I guess that would just be a question for as we move into the budget. Thank you, Chair.
Okay. Any other questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? There being none, thank you very much. Now you can leave. Thank you for coming back.
Thank you.
RS
All you do with NASA.
2023-2190. This is, recognizes the month of May as Asian and Pacific Islander Heritage Month in Nashville and Davidson County.
Which is awesome, and we were wondering why it's on our agenda.
This
It
was
should not be on the
I
agenda.
don't know.
It is a mistake, but I have to say, you're welcome
Right.
to speak about it, but it will only go to rules.
Rules,
Yeah.
that's what we thought.
I think that,
say
Chair, I
just
think that
move
we can
past.
encourage all of the organizations that we represent to please do their best to recognize May
Yes,
as
in
Asian
the library, in the
Pacific
parks, in the
Islander.
arts department, that's all good, yes.
So considering that it was not actually supposed to be on our agenda, we'll go on into the bill on second reading, which is BL 2023-1861, approves an agreement between the Metro Department of Parks and Recreation and Tennessee Football, Inc. to allow Tennessee Football, Inc. to establish a program campaign to support efforts to make improvements to the Luby Community Center.
And there's an amendment.
Yeah, we have an amendment, proposed amendment, but I think
We
that's,
need to find Council.
Is it
just
just,
some clarifying information.
Yeah, it's intended to clarify some sections in the agreement. The way that the amendment is written is it conditions the council's approval on those, conditions being met. But, it's mainly just clarifying that the Tennessee Football Inc.'s contributions will be, financial.
Right,
And, the other portion of it, I think that it just clarifies that Metro will have the approval over the capital improvements. And I think that's the case already, but it just clarifies that it would be Metro approving the capital improvements.
okay. And I think that was briefly discussed in Budget and Finance on yesterday.
I apologize, I've watched planning, but I wasn't able to watch budget and finance. The amount is, and it is all in the capital space and kind of based on what? I mean, is there already a menu of things that need to be improved from a capital perspective at the Luby Community Center, Ms. White?
There is, but there is no list of items. It's whatever they go through and decide as they're gonna do a walkthrough with the recreation staff, and then they'll make plans for the items that they will purchase.
and that's the reason for the amendment, to clarify that once those things are discovered, that council would approve them.
Okay, but so with the rec staff, I guess that was my question, is it specific to recreation, like it's hoops and balls and things like that, or these are actual capital improvements to the?
Both.
Yeah, more than just, recreational equipment, I think that it is.
And the amount is what?
There is no amount in the
Right.
actual agreement. I don't know if Parks has.
No,
Okay.
there is no amount. That's why it's just an agreement. It's up to.
The Titans to decide what it is that they want to do for the Luby Center. They just want to be, I guess, engaged in the community, and considering that it's across the street from their facility, that they just trying to come out into the community and engage.
I appreciate that. I was over there visiting the library and the community center over there, talking to a young woman who runs programs over there, and they're doing good work there, and I can see that they do need some support and improvement. So I guess then, what is the timeline for this? So if the amount is not specific, but we're just saying that it's okay with the council that they're going to have this support partnership, or, I apologize that I did not get sufficiently familiar with this, but, why are we doing this at this juncture, just to initiate the conversation about how they might partner? And we're just
I mean,
putting the
on the
parameters?
agreement, it expires December 2027. I mean, so it's an ongoing agreement. It's not.
Okay. So, ongoing agreement, no particular,
I mean,
styles or expectation as to the amount, or, I mean, I guess I don't really understand why we're,
I think if I can,
Yeah.
if I can ask a clarifying question.
Okay.
I'm thinking it's similar to that of the Parks Foundation, where there's an agreement to provide support, but it's determined as to what support is needed case by case. And then when those items are identified, then it would come back for approval to accept that donation. It's just another entity other than the Parks Foundation that would be providing that support. That's how I understood that this agreement established that opportunity.
I just said, I think the wording here on the caption was just a little confusing. Establish a program campaign to support services. So are the Titans gonna
To
fund?
support efforts.
Okay, yeah, a program campaign to support efforts. I don't know what a program campaign is. Are the Titans gonna be raising money to support this, or?
I don't know if that's important on how they get the money, as long as they're gonna be spending the money to help improve what we have at Luby Center. And I would imagine this is like any other agreement that we have, like with the Library Foundation, that is now giving grants to the public library. I would assume that the Tennessee Football Inc. also has its own foundation to give to any program that they choose to do so. And it just seems that our role is just to approve the agreement that has already been established between the two parties. Yes, Councilmember Syracuse.
Just clarifying, because what I love about the Luby is it's like an all-encompassing community center. It actually has a library in it too. So I'm assuming that the library gets nothing. It's just about the parks facilities, basically, and whatnot.
Is my understanding is,
Just, okay.
So internal to, I mean, I guess that's, to your point, Councilman Syracuse, there is the physical land on which it is. There's the overall building that includes the library. I know the,
Performing arts space?
yeah, right. So, is it just specific to community center and sports? Is that, we codifying that in the bill?
That was kind of my question, is it, do we miss an opportunity? Do they know that there's a library there, and could that possibly be part of this ongoing campaign that's through 2027, right?
I guess my question is the nexus that this is sports, or is the nexus that this is a public community facility across from their practicing area? I
And
just wonder.
I would imagine that it's all of that. In conversations that I've had with the Titans, they have an interest in the improvement of the quality of life for people in that community, and particularly the youth. And we have had issues with Luby Community Center for a long time. I mean, not even having adequate air conditioning. So I'm sure what they are looking at doing is assisting and providing any kind of efforts that they can, which may even be that the Titans players themselves may go over there and paint, or they may, paint some of the things that they have going on. I don't think that it has been identified specifically what it is that they're doing, but just establishing that relationship in order to, it's kind of like an adopt program. And like we adopt the streets, we adopt the program, and I believe that's what the Titans are seeking to do.
One of the clarifying things in the amendment is that it would be not just in-kind support, but also
Financial.
actual dollars.
Mhm.
So I think Tim's amendment cleans up a lot of that.
Yeah, I know she did say yesterday that there was some clarifying information in it. Councilmember Syracuse.
Thank you, Chair. Just confirming, this is not amendable on third, right?
No, this is not amendable on third.
Okay. Well, I know that obviously the Titans align with the role of parks and recreation more than the library, but, okay.
I guess my clarifying question is, I don't understand the real concern.
I don't know if there's a concern as much as just clarification.
And I don't know how that kind of
Because
interplays.
this agreement is with Parks.
Right.
I'm trying to like,
Yeah, sure, they own the building,
so,
right?
but what I'm wondering is it worth a conversation with the Titans? Because they could come forward with a second agreement, let's just say with the parks, instead of it flowing through, with the libraries, instead of it flowing through parks to a library, they could also just do a separate agreement and a separate piece of legislation with the library.
It's worthy of inquiring. I assume that this, like, there's the theater there too. So
Yeah,
would
theater
this
needs
would apply to the theater, but not the library over here, I guess?
I think it says Luby Community Center, and
right.
everything that's associated with it. It's a pool there that needs some assistance and help. My kids used to lifeguard there years ago. So, and there's been very little improvements since they were there. So while we talking about the pool, the library, the theater, the gym, the parking lot, all of those things, I think, are encompassed in what is known as Luby Community Center, and that's the intent of it. I don't necessarily think it warrants a fine-tooth comb when we're not speaking of, I would imagine this is not tens of millions of dollars. So I'm gonna call for the vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Abstentions?
So is that all six? Are you, Councilmember Henderson? You're in favor? Thank you very much. Yes.
I think that was the amendment, or did I miss the vote?
All in, it was,
That was the amendment, right? I guess we,
the amendment?
yeah, we didn't do the amendment, right?
So now we're gonna go ahead and vote on the bill itself. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? You shaking your head. Is that a no or?
No, I'm in favor,
Okay, thank you.
not opposed.
Not opposed.
Not opposed.
Chair, I have a clarifying question before we adjourn. From Parks, you probably do not know this off the top of your head, but on the record, I'd like to get an update in regard to where we are on the schematic designs for the park at Madison Station Boulevard. There was a $500,000 allocation in the last spending plan, and I'd like to make sure that that's still on track.
And then as well, if I may, Chair.
Thank you.
Sure.
At last meeting, Council Lady Roberts and I had inquired about where to find the listing of prioritized capital improvements for parks. And Ms. White, you had suggested that we ask Ms. Odom, and we had asked you to please relay that request, and can you just share what
And I
direct?
sent it to
You sent
council.
it, she sent it to me, and I thought I sent it to Rosa and asked her to send it and share it with the committee.
I don't recall saying anything.
Well, I can most definitely ask her to send it, because I did receive it.
Okay.
Also, I just want to say that the Hadley Lillard Park has now been officially renamed. The sign went up last week.
Very nice.
So I'm very happy about that. So for those of you who may
Places
not
have
know,
names.
Kwame Leo Lillard was very active and held events at Hadley Park, and and just it was very befitting for him to have some type of recognition. So I was very pleased. Thank you very much.
All right.
Thank you.